Hey, I'm Jocelyn, and today I am unboxing a carbon steel pan from Blanc Creative. I have been questing for the best pans in the world all of my adult life, and I have found that I love carbon steel more than anything else, and I have one already. Mark got me a roaster last year for Christmas, and I went ahead and bought myself a frying pan this year, and it just came. I want to say that Blanc Creative is just one of many different companies, but I like to support small, local sort of things, and this is a group of artisans that make these by hand, and they are beautiful, and they're amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and open it, and then I'll talk kind of a little bit about why carbon steel is such a great thing. So we'll just open. Of course, I use my bartender's friend as my way of opening pans or boxes. All right, so here we go. I love the way these come all in wood shavings. It's really beautiful. So here comes my pan. I'm so excited. All right, so the pan comes in a lovely little bag. You can use that for shopping and whatnot. But there it is. This is a carbon steel frying pan. And right now it's sort of a greenish color, but after I season it, it will be nice and black and perfectly non-stick. So that's one of the great things about carbon steel is that after it's seasoned, just like with cast iron, it's perfectly non-stick. You also take care of it like you do carbon steel, or like you do with cast iron. Just wash it and scrub the stuff out with just water. You don't use any soap or anything because that kind of mars up the non-stickness. But these you season a little differently, and I'll have a video on how to do that. One of the reasons that I love carbon steel is that they're lightweight, more lightweight than cast iron, but they have a lot of the same properties. This is 99% iron and 1% carbon. So it makes it lighter, but it still retains a lot of those great things like quick heating. It's very even heating. These are a lot more durable than cast iron pans. If you've ever had one, you know that they can actually crack or be broken. This is a lot more sturdy. It's an heirloom pan, and I know I have heirloom pans, cast iron from my grandmother, and they're amazing. And I love that I am going to have these to pass on to my kids because they are even more durable than the cast iron ones. These are also oven safe, so I can cook things on the stovetop, like maybe sear something and then throw it in to finish it in the oven. So you can totally sear a steak or fry an egg on this. Once it's seasoned, it will slide right out. And that's one of the things about these is that they do have to be seasoned, and that sometimes for some people is a drawback. I find that it's really easy, and re-seasoning as you go along makes it even more non-stick as time goes on. And you really want to do that when you're cooking acidic foods. So acidic foods, especially with a newly seasoned pan, can kind of mess up that seasoning. So I tend not to cook things in my carbon steel or my cast iron for that matter. I don't want to cook acidic stuff early into the seasoning process. I kind of do that once more seasoning has built up in the pan. So to take care of this, I wash it and then I will put it on a warm burner and just let all that water kind of, evaporate. And then I'll put a little more oil on it now and again to just add to the seasoning. And I'll go through all of that in the seasoning video, but this is such an amazing pan. So in my opinion, these don't really have much of a drawback. I can refrain from cooking acidic foods in these for the first few seasonings and things like that, and I do have to season it. And washing and drying is a little bit different than with other pans, but once you do it and you see how well this cooks and just how non-stick it can be, you'll absolutely fall in love with these pans. And I have to say that part of why I did this, in my research on pans, I found an article, actually several articles, that talked about so many top chefs loving carbon steel pans, one of whom was Julia Child. And if it's good enough for Julia Child, it's certainly good enough for me. So I am going to season this in another video, and I will show you how beautifully that non-stick stuff works and how nice and even the heat is on these pans. So that's a carbon steel pan, and I hope that you guys all learned a little something from this video. See you.